sunset, man. If you guys had questions about what it's like when you're done cleaning your vault, the weight's been lifted off of your shoulders after all these years of just hoarding these bullshit weapons that you don't need, this is the POV. You should jump. That's fucking crazy, chat. I need to provide context here. It's gonna look like I'm a crazy person, and I'm not.
I've seen quite a wide range, so we'll see how crazy you are, because I've seen some crazy ones, and then I've seen some crazy ones. I have seen some vaults where the majority of it is just pure garbage, and we go from like 500 items down to 200 or something like that.
Oh,
and then
God.
I've seen vaults where people just want to cling to like every single thing, and I would say those are worse, because at least with a vault full of garbage, you kind of know it's garbage and you're gonna get rid of most of the garbage, whereas with some people, they're just so stubborn. And I know a lot about being stubborn. They're just so stubborn that they just don't want to delete anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
We're
557. That is not as bad as some other vaults that I've seen. Here's what I'll say about a lot of the retired weapons and all that kind of stuff. I know that people have sentimental items and they don't want to get rid of them, and I think that is okay. What I will say is that if I start to see a lot of them, I'm talking like a lot of them, probably gonna be like, how special is this really to you? So the first thing I wanna do is anything that is craftable. What is your pace there?
I definitely craft the stuff that's like needed for like meta day one scenarios and like weapons I enjoy. But yeah, like Transfiguration, for example, I don't have crafted. Like, I just don't care to take the time to farm stuff like that.
This is an example of like, you can get this craftable, and if it ever becomes good enough that you would want to craft it, you'll go get the pattern. To me, this clearly has gotten zero use. I'm guessing you're the kind of person that likes to masterwork a lot of stuff, just based on this first page. So anything that is not masterworked, I'm immediately gonna be looking at it and being like, this is not masterworked, therefore, I don't think you really care this much about this particular item.
I don't know if you're familiar with like the Season of Arrivals GM farm back in the day, where like you could only have like 10 Ascendant shards. And so like, because I help a lot of people in like that endgame type content, I run them constantly. So what I was doing before they upped the cap to 30 was literally masterworking like terrible rolls of armor just to hoard Ascendant shards, basically.
If you're the kind of person that has the ability to masterwork exotics to then hoard them for shards down the road, you are also someone who is never going to struggle ever with getting Ascendant shards.
Listen, man, and I know that, but like, you know, what if someday we do need them? I mean, I don't know here. It's so true, though.
So I feel like I know where we're going to get the majority of our armor slots. Armor is kind of just like much more black and white than weapons are, because like weapons can have some like nuance to them, or like, oh, they're good in this boss damage situation, or, you know, when Trials is around on this map, it's really good, or I like handling on this thing. With armor, it's just like, what are the stats? Oh, this is 59 stat roll with 20 mobility for your Warlock. Delete it. Whatever your button is to show the light level of items, can you just hold that down for me real quick, whatever you have it bound to? Okay. 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1806, 1600, 1600, 1810, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. I take you as the kind of guy who likes to infuse up to the maximum power level, and or someone who does not struggle to get 1810 weapons and armor. So let's start with Succession.
All right, so we have Reconstruction, Vorpal. I have this crafted.
Good.
This can go. I'll self-admittedly be like, this one can go. So I have...
Perfect.
Yeah, that one's just gone.
I was going to say, if you have the pattern for Succession, I think there is very little reason to keep multiple Successions. What else we got dupe-wise here? I mean, that Transfiguration can honestly go. Like,
It's
I
gone.
don't...
It's gone.
I don't think you did this.
I agree.
The multi-mock here. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good gun. Like, it's not a bad gun at all. Sub 1 for all, I think, is incredibly strong. You even have some bonus range on there. Like, this is really good. You haven't touched it in 6 months.
That's correct.
At least. Remember, 1 item every 30 seconds if you want to get to 400.
You know what? I'll make up for that one. The Chroma Rush is gone,
Wow.
chat. My Chroma
I
Rush
did not
copers,
even...
that's fine. I have a personal vendetta against the weapon. I gave it a chance.
Okay. Hey, look, I am not ever going to argue with you wanting to delete something. Yeah, that's never going to be a problem with me. Fadebringer, not craftable yet, so I'm okay with keeping it. This is a good PvP roll, good PvE roll. You haven't used either one. What are you using for PvE right now?
Well, okay, so here's another little layer. I do this game show called Grandmaster Gauntlet. If I lose, I have to delete god rolls. One of the god rolls that's very popular is Fadebringer, so I have a second version of the god rolled PvE weapon.
Okay.
In case I lose and they choose to delete it, because I'm petty like that, and I'm gonna defend my loot.
That is fair. I'm seeing some some Nightfall weapons. I'm seeing the auto rifle, which I forget the name of. Duty bound. Stats roll frenzy, 0 kills. Some reason locked. What's the inspiration?
Listen, man, what if 600s are goated someday? Like, I don't know. I have the stats for all, 1 for all.
Keep that one. Usually, whenever someone has dupes, I like to cut the dupes in half. So if you have 2, I like to try to get it to 1. If I see 3 or 4, I like to get it to 2. At least getting rid of a couple of them. Okay, PvP roll, fine.
Opening snap.
What's the other one on the right side?
Same thing, I guess.
Also a snapshot, opening shot. One's adept, one's not. Can we pick one or the other?
Yeah, I didn't even know I had
there
that
we
in my
go.
vault.
Now I want to see non-masterworked items. Well, I can see by the 0 kills and the non-masterwork and the complete non-use of this item that we haven't done anything with it.
Like, you never know, though, you know?
This doesn't really have any PvE perks on it, though.
Okay.
Liminal Vigil. I know it's masterworked. And it's got a good roll on it.
And a horrible shader. My God.
Put a shader on it.
Oh my Lord.
This, because of how annoying this can be to get, I'm going to let this one slide. However, if we do another vault cleaning and it's still at 1600 and it still has 7 kills on it, it's going bye-bye.
All right.
Hung Jury. One of the most overrated weapons in the game right now.
They've changed the shader about 17 times, so I have a bunch of different rolls on it.
How are you feeling about scouts in PvE? Because IMO, they are just cringe at the moment. I see very little value in them other than shoot to loot swaps for ammo. Like, that's their best use case, is to pick up ammo.
Like, what they did with hand cannons this season, I feel like needs to be done for a bunch of different archetypes, because it's made them feel so usable again. And like, I've actually had so much fun running them. But yeah, I feel like scouts are super underwhelming at the moment.
I would say like lesser skilled players who are not as comfortable being close probably are still getting use out of scout rifles. But for someone of your caliber of skill, when was the last time you really broke out a scout?
Literally when it's like unstop scout. And even then, like, typically it'll be like I just use strand anyway. I have 2 rapid hit frenzies, 1 in each one in each shader.
1 in each color.
I'm more inclined to keep kinetic tremors because it's actually like a rarer roll.
2 must go. At least 1 must go. Maybe I'll give you 2.
Delete that one, and then I have 1 of each. You know what? I wanted to get to the 400. I'll delete it. I don't care.
There we go.
Let's go.
Hang on, go back. This
was actually a gunsmith cope roll. It was a
target lock on primaries to me is such insane cope. If you are getting this thing, if you are getting a primary weapon that high up on a target, you shouldn't be using a primary weapon on that target unless you have no ammo in either of your guns, which is so rare. Okay. What do we got? Okay, sub frenzy, good roll. What's the other one? Killing. Okay, killing wind frenzy. Both of them are fine. Both have, I assume, 0 kills. Yep. I'll give you 1.
I'll probably keep the non-masterworked one, actually. I think I got this after I got the...
I would keep that one as well. I like Subsistence Frenzy as a roll. All right, non-masterworks. Let me see them.
Demo Frenzy.
Autumn Wind Demo Frenzy. 11 kills.
It's a good weapon. I just haven't found a use case for it. I'm going to delete the Demo Vorpal. This one, like, I feel like could be useful eventually.
Okay. Hey, we had 2. You got it down to 1. I'll take that. Okay, hold up.
These are both terrible. And I did
not... Offhand Strike.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what this perk does, man. Okay.
It's a hip fire perk on a scout rifle.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's gone. Yeah. You don't even need to say it.
Okay. Warden's Law Cope. Cope. Do I think you need 4 of them? What's the next one? 4th time Vorpal. Okay. Next one. 4th time's Rampage. Okay. And then Enlightened Action Vorpal. So a lot of Vorpal.
I think this is probably the winner.
I haven't seen a single person use it, like, ever. So, whichever one you want to keep, I'll let you keep one.
Okay. I'll probably keep the first one because it has PvP and PvE role.
Okay.
And then I'll delete these. Which I'm honestly fine with, because like I said, that was, this can go as well, both of these.
Okay. So Rapid Hit Vorpal.
Honestly, the old one's probably better anyway, if I wanted
I was
to
gonna
mess
say,
around
what
with
are
it
we
in quick
keeping
play.
this one for
This
exactly?
is a great question, and that I don't have the answer for.
Retired weapons, we're going to skip past for now. Although, I
Okay.
would like to know how many retired weapons you do have in your vault, if you just want to search that on Dim. I have 13 items. I used to have, like, 50.
Oh, 35. So not like
35. Okay. So almost a page full.
That's correct.
Okay, so some of these I am gonna fight back on a little bit. Like the trust in the top right.
You know, I'll give you this one.
What was that, Jack of Spades or something like that?
This is these weapons I wish they would bring back, because I actually thought they never like got a chance to shine at all. And they were a lot of fun.
Can we get rid of the Jack, Queen, King 3? Is this dire to keep?
It's not
Is
dire.
this that sentimental to you?
You know what?
Okay, besides that weapon, name a gun that we've deleted and the perk roll on it.
Just moves on, dude. I feel like I just got punched in the nuts.
A different gun other than the Jack, Queen, King that we've deleted and the perk roll.
We deleted a Hung Jury with Rapid Hit Frenzy.
You are, I think, the first person to actually answer that question. And I have asked that question over a dozen times.
Yo, let's go. That's actually big. Okay.
And the 4th row, the pulse rifle.
Dude.
White, red, and yeah.
You're slandering the John 7?
I'm not slandering it. It's just we've moved on. We've moved on from Disruption Break as a society.
That is based. Other than Arby, but even that got replaced by Wishender, so you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exile's Curse, Slide
You know
Shot,
what?
Kickstart,
Chat,
like it's...
If you use fusions in PvP, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you stink a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it and prevent myself from ever even being tempted. And I said it.
Okay, wow. This unmasterworked posterity.
Yeah, I don't know why that's there.
Okay,
no, it's gone. It's gone.
All right. Is this an Arctic Haze on the bottom left with Mulligan Vorpal? Was this an old school barrier champion weapon?
I don't even have a response.
That is such a specific era of the game. So we have deleted, I want to say, about 30 items in about 40 minutes. So we are very behind pace.
We are. Oh, God.
So let's go to the next page, and I think we're going to, let's try and do some rapid fire stuff here.
I'm never going to use this in PvP.
I was going to say, you are...
I don't know
do you have
what
Beloved
that is.
crafted?
Okay.
Vision of Confluence with Disruption Break.
I'm gonna get rid of it. I can't. Yeah, I don't even use that. I hate myself for having it. I can delete these.
You have the pattern. Okay. Those can go. Both of those rolls are not even rolls that I would be using anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, this one can go for sure.
Love that. 1600. Yeah, haven't used it in 7 months.
This one hurts, man.
You can get it on the next go around.
I probably won't.
When's the last time you found yourself using a legendary bow in PvE?
You know, that's a question I am not sure I have the ability to answer right now.
Yeah, because the exotic bows are just so...
They are insane.
Overwhelmingly dominant and insane that if you're going to pick a bow, you're going to be on an exotic bow.
God, that one, this one I would be inclined to delete. The Wolf Tones Draw. There's a bunch of really good arc bows.
Adaptive munitions. Oh, it was relevant for like 4 minutes.
Now it's gone.
We are about an hour and 15 minutes in.
Okay.
I don't want to go too much longer. Your exotic armor. I want to go through all your exotic armor and anything with a crap stat roll. I don't care how many shards you have. It has to go bye-bye. And because you are running GMs literally all the time, I think your threshold for something that is good should be a lot higher than the average player. So I would say anything that's 65 and below should probably get tossed. You don't need to keep all these things.
You're right.
Now, I'll let you decide which one to keep, because obviously you should have one of each exotic, right? Like,
Dude,
that one.
Sid the Sloth.
I mean,
I don't.
I'm just talking about the stat roll on it.
Yeah, they're bad. I don't think I've gotten a. Okay, I did. I'm lying.
Oh my god. Yeah, that one is nuts. All right, let's stick to duplicates. Duplicates only. Not worrying about the singles. Let's just look at the stat rolls real quick.
God, those are.
Oh my god, all of these are so mediocre.
This is probably
your
the
choice.
best one.
Yeah, pick one to
Good
hold on to.
God,
The other
dude.
two, let's get rid of them.
These are stinky. What is going on here?
I mean, do you even have one of these? Is this your only one, rather? I mean, it's Massively Quiet one, so when are you really using it? But
I'll farm one if it ever actually gets buffed.
all right, fine.
I have insane controversy on my Warlock as well.
And you have 6 of them just in your vault, just collecting dust. When someone has like 5 copies of a thing in their vault, and I'm like, all of these are bad, and they're like, yeah, I actually have my best one on my character, and I'm just like, cool. Why do you have all these other ones then? I'm gonna leave the rest of these to you.
I trust my this part I can do. The weapons was super helpful.
You're already a millionaire. You know what I mean? It's like you already have you won.
Look at
like
this,
you won.
bro.
You can just get rid of, just give this to charity. You know what I mean? This is the equivalent of just like breaking down your stuff and you just give the money to charity.
Oh,
just
God.
pretend where that's your shards are going. They're just all going into a bank somewhere that people can pull out of whenever they want. But I think you'll definitely be able to get under 400.
I greatly appreciate the help. I actually thought, to be honest, you roasted me on a few things. Like the beginning, dude, the highlight for sure was this. Like when we hit the the 1600. Oh my god.
Because people just don't really realize how few guns they use until it's staring them in the face and like someone is like pointing at it. But yeah,
Dude.
let me know the final number when you're done getting rid of all that armor, and I think we'll definitely get below 400, if not very, very close to 400.
Okay. I have stuff on my characters, but we're under 300 in the vault. He's gonna be so proud of me. We're at 296 out of 600. Maybe I've gone mad with power, and now we're just deleting too much stuff. Every single item in the vault masterworked as well. Let's go, chat. All right, we did it. And we ended up still full. I masterworked probably 25 to 30 exotics. We're still full on Ascended Shards. We're still full on Enhancer Prisms. And I'm coping so hard that storing all that stuff was worth it. You know what? Dude, I'm happy with it. That's pretty cool. That was a successful session right there.